Jared Gordin versus Chris Fishgold is a featherweight bout. Now, Jared Gordin has a record of 15 wins, 4 losses, and Chris Fishgold has a record of 18 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Okay, so Jared Gordin has actually been inside the UFC since 2017, where he started off with an absolutely dominant KO of Mitchell Quinones. In the next fight against Hakran Diaz, Jared Gordin did the exact same thing he did in his fight before and just took Hakran Diaz down and performed some absolutely amazing ground and pound as he was landing about, I say 57-58% of his strikes, which is, very impressive. Now, in his fight after that was when he started to face some really good competition, like the top of the barrel competition in Diego Ferreira, as he got stunned early on in the fight, and Diego just kept on going until the ref was forced to stop the fight. This fight was kind of like a wake-up call that, he needed to work on his stand-up more because, he got caught. And I think it might have been just because he's working too much on his takedowns, but I think he needs to spend a lot more time striking to ensure that something like this doesn't happen again. But in his next fight, he was doing pretty good. He was actually dominating the fight on the ground, and he took Joaquin Silva down 3 times and ground and pounded him, which it would have gotten him the decision victory, but he made the same mistake again, and in late round 3, he got caught and got knocked out. That was 2 losses in a row by KO, which made him 2-2 inside the UFC, and to be honest, I think if he lost his next fight, he may have been cut from the roster, but instead of losing, he actually dominated for 3 straight rounds, just pounding Dan Moret over and over and over again until the end of the fight, where he finally broke that losing streak. And, now it was a pretty dominant victory. His next fight was pretty similar to the Diego Ferreira fight, as he was fighting another top guy in Charles Oliveira, who did the exact same thing Diego Ferreira did, and knocked out Jared Gordin in just under 1.5 minutes. Now, every single one of his UFC losses have come by KO, and he just needs to not get knocked out in this fight, and he just needs to take his opponent down and just do what Khabib does and smash. Okay, now let's take a look at his opponent, Chris Fishgold. Okay, so this guy just seems like another submission guy, as most of his wins are by submission. And so far, he's 1-1 inside the UFC, and after his first loss in the UFC, he's decided to fight in Polaris, where he actually lost again, but that was in a grappling bout. Now, Fishgold is the better submission specialist, but if Jared Gordin can just take Fishgold down and try not to get submitted, I would say he would probably get the win by decision, as most times he's usually dominating the fight, and out of nowhere he gets either KO'd or submitted. And that's my pick. Jared Gordin by unanimous decision. Alright, if you agree, disagree, or just have something to say, make sure to put in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to get back to every single one of those comments. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss the absolute best MMA content out there. It's been fun, but I'm out of here.